Yes. Yeah.
सो तेजे लागून आमकां टायम दिवचो जाय जाल्यार रुलींग सायडीचे जे आसा आमदार तेंचो कट केले जाता सर पळय आतां 25 दिसाचे 25 दीस आसलेले ते आमकां 10 दीस मेळ्ळे आसा
म्हणत न्ही जाल्यार ह्या डिस्कशनान आनीक वेळ वयता. स्टार्ट करा
तेजे लागून तुमकां सांगता स्पीकर सर कितें बेगीनच्या बेगीन कित्याक आमकां मेळचें म्हणून टायम तेजे लागून कित्याक काल रिप्लायाकूच आमकां 2.5 वरां गेली स्पीकर सर. सो हे आमचे कन्सिडर करचे कित्याक ऑलरेडी पळय आमची जी बिझनस एडवायझरी कमिटी थंयसरूय तुमी रुल्स कट डावन केले थंयसरूय आमकां त्रास जाल्लेले आसा कित्याक लोकांचे प्रश्न आतां आमचे कडेन ऑलरेडी सेकंड आठवड्याचे आमी क्वेश्चन्स घातलेले हे क्वेश्चन तुमच्या कस्टडीन आसा स्पीकर सर.
त्यातली 18 बिलां जी आहा पळय न्हू इट इज एन डिक्रिमिनलायझेशन्स तेज्या खातीर आसा 18चो वेल्लोचो येत ना भितर
प्रश्न
हे आमचे कन्सिडर करचे
प्रश्न म्हजे एकटाचोच न्हू आमी सगळ्यांचोच आसना रे. काल तुजे बापायचे 75 इयर्स आमी येवपाक आशिल्ले इतले हांव वचपा आशिल्लो पूण हांव उरलो न्ही रे तुका हांव सांगिल्लें हांव येतलो म्हणून सांगिल्लें ताका.
विधानसभोवपाचें केल्लें
आं हय मिनिस्टरांकडे घालुया तुमी मिनिस्टरांक सांगता हय
मेळोन कितें रे आयज कमी उलयता
स्पीकर सर
मंत्री मातशें आज मातशें तुमचें मेन कंटेंट जो आसा न्ही ताजेर हें दवरा म्हणा स्ट्रीक दवरा मातशें तुमकांय म्हणटा 12 जाली रातची परत तुका सांग्यार पावता तूं म्हाका दिसा 1 जालें आसतलें.
डिस्कस केलें ना न्हय आमी 7 सुद्दां सोपयता हांव हाफ एन अवरान सोपयतलो तोय सोपयतलो.
येस.
Speaker sir, I rise to support the demands and oppose the cut motions. The Honourable Minister for Power is already aware of all the frequent power cuts in almost all parts of Goa. In the same way, Talegaon constituency faces multiple power cuts and voltage fluctuations throughout the day, and sometimes this happens almost every day. And this also results in damage of electronic appliances. Speaker sir, every time the lights go, the people from the constituency call the elected representatives for answers. And sometimes we really don't know what to say and what answer to give them every time this happens. I would like the Honourable Minister for Power, the reason for the same and what measures will he take to reduce the frequency of this happening. Speaker sir, there are few infrastructure upgradations required in my constituency. The first will be conversions of 11 kV overhead lines which have to be made underground, which have to be converted to underground cabling. And this consists of 12 feeders for a length of 35 kilometers. I think the government has taken a decision in this respect to move all underground HT lines, all HT lines to underground. In addition, Talegaon constituency needs 7 transformer centers which have already been proposed, and the same, a detailed note for the same has been already sent to the Honourable Minister. I request the Honourable Minister to expedite this. And since the department has taken over maintenance of street lights, I would also request the Honourable Minister to procure 1 hydraulic pickup with a ladder, since there is only one which caters to Talegaon, Panjim and Bambolim. So every time the street lights need to be repaired in my constituency, I have to wait for the work in Panjim to get over, and only then the truck comes to Talegaon. So Minister, may please look into this. Thank you.
Speaker sir, I rise to support the demands and oppose the cut motion. Speaker sir, social welfare of Goa is doing well in Goa. आयज ज्यो स्किमी सरकारान आमच्या लोकां खातीर दिल्ल्यो आसा त्यो बऱ्यो स्किमी आहा, पण ह्यो स्किमी चालू आसतना हेजो खंय तरी प्रसार कमी जाता अशें ह्या रिपोर्टांसून म्हाका हांगासर नमूद करीत दिसता. स्पीकर सर, सोशल वेलफेअर डिपार्टमेंटान ओबीसी खातीर खुबश्यो स्किमी हाडटा जेचे आर्थीक उत्पन्न 1.5 लाखापेक्षा कमी आसा, ताका घर बांदपाक लागून किंवा रिपेर करपाक लागून ज्यो स्किमी दिल्या स्पेशली फॉर OBCs, ह्यो स्किमी इरिस्पेक्टीव ऑफ अदर स्कीम म्हणजे राजीव आवाज, इंदिरे आवाज किंवा अटल आसरा ह्यो स्कीम घेवन सुद्दां ही जी सोशल वेलफेराची जी स्कीम आहा घर बांदपाक किंवा रिपेर करपाक ही कोणूय अवेल करिना अशें ह्या रिपोर्टासून दिसता स्पीकर सर. कित्याक जो ताका बजट दिल्लें आसा 500 कोटीचो 50 कोटीचो ताका बजट आसा आनी हितून जो इनकर्ड एक्सपेंडिचर आहा तो फक्त 26 कोटी आहा, 26 लाख रुपया आहा. तर म्हाका आयज मान्य मंत्र्यांक सांगन दिसता की ह्या डिपार्टमेंटाच्यो ज्यो स्किमी आहा तेजो जास्तीत जास्त लोकां पर्यंत पावोवपाचो प्रयत्न करपाक जायो, जेणे करून ह्यो स्किमी लोकां पर्यंत पावपाक जाय म्हणजे तांकां कळपाक जायो. तशें 500 लाख. ओके. दुसऱ्या स्पीकर सर, कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ हॉस्टेल फॉर OBC बॉयज अँड गर्ल्स ही जी स्कीम आहा हेचे सुद्दां एक्सपेंडिचर इनकर्ड इन द इयर 2022 नील आसा. हेजो अर्थ कितें आसा? ह्या स्किमीचो आस्पाव जो केल्लो आसा डिपार्टमेंटान ह्यो स्किमी लोकांक कळना काय कितें हो एक असो खंत व्यक्त जाता. स्पीकर सर, आर्कायव्जाचेर उलयता आसतना म्हाका हांगासर सरकाराक एकूच नमूद करीन दिसता की जो आमचे रिकॉर्ड्स आहा हे डिजिटायज करपाचे अशें म्हाका हांगासर सांगन दिसता स्पीकर सर. कमिंग टू डिमांड नंबर 77, रिवर नॅव्हिगेशन डिपार्टमेंट. स्पीकर सर, काही तेंपा पयलीं हांगासर गॅजुलीन फेरी सर्वीस म्हणून आसली आनी ही गॅजुलीन फेरी सर्वीस आतां पुन्हा चालू करची अशें हांव मान्य मंत्र्यांक विनंती करता. हितून कितें जातलें, जो रोड कंजेशन जाता, रोड ट्रॅफिक जॅम जाता, फॉर एग्जाम्पल सकाळच्या टायमार जे गांवांसून लोक पणजे शहरांत किंवा भायर शहरांनी वयतात कामा खातीर, हे लोक जे ट्रॅफिकांतसून येता, बसीनसून येता, हो जर ट्रॅफिक डायवर्ट केलो आनी समजा जर गॅजुलीन फेरी परत चालू केली जाल्यार हो थोडोसो जे ट्रॅफिक कंजेशन जाता हे मिनिमायज जातलें आनी हितूनसून फेरयेचेर सुद्दां लोड कमी जातलो. स्पीकर सर, आतां चड क्रावडेड प्लेस म्हणटा ती चोडण रायबंदर ही फेरी, ह्या जाग्यार सगळ्यांत चड असो ट्रॅफिक आसता आनी 5 फेऱ्यो सुद्दां एकदां कमी पडटा. तर हांव सरकारा कडेन विनंती करता, मान्य मंत्र्यान आमकां एश्युरन्स दिल्लें आसा ही सर्वीस जी आसा फेरी सर्वीस ही बरी करपाक लागून तेंच्यांनी पावलां उखल्लेलीं आसा. तेंचे इनोवेटीव विचार जे रोरोस फेरी घेवपाचे हे जे विचार आसा तितून ही म्हाका गॅजुलीन फेरी सर्वीस चालू करपाचो हो एक विचार मांडीन दिसता. स्पीकर सर, पावर डिमांड नंबर 76 उलयता आसतना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डिपार्टमेंट म्हाका दिसता की आमच्या गोंयांतले इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डिपार्टमेंट बरें काम करता. आमी सगळे जे गोंयकार आसा आमकां पावर आनी लोड शेडिंगाचो जो प्रॉब्लेम आमच्या राज्यांत तरी येना ही आमकां एक आनंदाची गोश्ट आहा. काही गोश्टी ज्यो हितून त्रुटी आसतात ह्यो सुदारपाच्यो हांव मान्य वीज मंत्र्यांक विनंती करता, जेणे करून जो पावर शटडावन जाता त्या गोश्टींचेर जे कंडक्टर ओल्ड जाल्ले आसा किंवा आतां अंडरग्रावंड केबलींग सिस्टम चालू करपाक जाय, हेजेर सरकारान बेगितल्या बेगीन निर्णय घेवचो आनी जे पावर कट ऑफ जाता हेजेर सोल्युशन काडचें. थँक्यू स्पीकर सर.
येस. नेक्स्ट, कार्लोस फेरेरा.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to support the cut motions and oppose the demands. First, I will speak on power. which is demand number 76. आमचे बिल येतात ते फुकट 16 युनिट फुकट मोडला आणि सगळे दुसरे स्लॅब रेस केला वाडयला 16 युनिट फ्री मोडले थिंगा एक कॅच आसा 17 युनिट जाल्यार तुगे सगळे बिल येता तुका 16 कांय फ्री मेळना फकत तूं 16 युनिट्सा भितर आसा जाल्यार तुका फुकट मेळटा सो यू आर एक्चुअली चिटींग द पीपल बाय सेईंग दॅट हांव फुकट दिता आनी कांय फुकट ना द स्लॅब्स आर बिकम सो हाय एंड सो प्रोहिबिटीव ते लोकांक पयशे नात ते फारीक करपाक ते 200-300 रुपयाचे बिल आहा ते आतां 1000 नाल्यार 1500 रुपया जातात लोक रडटात म्हणटा कितें जालें म्हण यू हॅव इलेक्ट्रॉनीक मिटर्स वीच रन फास्ट बट द बिल इज नॉट कमींग डावन बँक इंट्रस्ट पासून सोकला येयले आमचे बँक इंट्रस्ट यू पूट मनी इन द बँक कॉस्ट ऑफ लिवींग इज गॉन अप एंड देर इज नो money of DSS and other facilities are not coming on time to the people. So how do you expect people to pay this? How will people be able to afford? I request please look at the rates, revise them. कित्याक तुमकां आतां स्टॅटिस्टिक्स आसतलो कितल्या लोकांक फ्री मेळ्ळे ते सो दीस फ्री म्हणलो कोणा फ्री मेळना इट इज ओन्ली थोडे पाटी कितें करतात झिरो मिटर रिडर येता आनी दाखयता तुगे मिनिमम अमावंट दुसरे पाटी तुका 2000 बील येता सो मिनिमम अमावंट कित्याक डोर क्लोज्ड तुका फुकट मेळ्ळें तूं हॅपी आसा पूण मागीर नेक्स्ट टायम तुगे बील युनिट्स दाखयले तेन्ना 2500 रुपया जातले सो पीपल आर आस्किंग वी आर पेईंग हाय रेट्स एंड गेटींग नो प्रॉपर सर्वीस No. It is your notification of September 2021. 0 to 16 is free. I can show it to you. It is 0 to 16 free. And then there is a box below. If it crosses 16, you have to pay the whole thing. Asate. Your September notification, 2021. The rate is 0 to 15 when calculating. But the free one is 0 to 16. So, high rates and poor service. High rate ditat, tun chint. If we are going to a 5-star hotel, we expect good service. So if you are paying 5-star rates for electricity, why should we not get uninterrupted power supply, good quality, not low quality of voltage? So why should it not be uninterrupted? So these are things which must match. You can't make people pay for something which you can't provide. Then nalla to discount di. Every time there's a power cut or a power interruption, to discount di amka. Then helpline 1912. I एक क्वेश्चन इंचालो स्टार्ट क्वेश्चन 28 आनी इंचाले बिकॉज आमकां खबर आसा कितले लोकांक मॅसेज आयले SMS नाल्यार WhatsApp मॅसेज ते तुगे पावर कट जातलो नाल्यार यू हॅव टू क्लिक हियर एंड देर आनी डिपार्टमेंटान कॉग्निसन्स घेवन तुमी FIR रजिस्टर केले म्हणून आन्सर केले म्हण म्हाका वाय नो FIR हॅज स्टील बीन रजिस्टर्ड कंप्लेन फायल केली वाय नो FIR इज रजिस्टर्ड why you cannot trace, why the department is not following it up with seriousness unless someone is involved in this. I have seen your agreement. To me, agreement a copy dil maka. The call center staff shall ensure the confidential and security of the data entrusted and provide proper safeguards. The data is in their hand. They are getting the calls, so they know who is the person. And apparently the target is the one who has made a call that there is a power failure or there is a power problem. So those are getting the WhatsApp messages and being looted. So I request Honorable Minister to kindly look into it and strengthen it so that these kind of things don't happen. There is another issue. Amche North Goache powerache केन्ना repairs आहा जाल्यार तुमी सगळे सामान South Goa धाडटात. कित्याक इन TV सबस्टेशन आहा थिंग दवरूंक जायना. एक व्हरपाक एक गाडी जाय पडटा मागीर एटलिस्ट 3-4 स्टाफ जाय पडटा ते व्हरपाक मागीर ते 2-3 म्हयन्यान रेडी करतले रिपेर करतले फिक्स्चर्स मागीर ते परत धाडले फोन करतले मागीर तयारी करूंक जाय परत गाडी धाडपा आनी लोकां हाडपा सो इट वील सेव मॅन पॉवर सेव फ्युअल सेव व्हेकल एक्सपेंडिचर आनी लागीं आहा जाल्यार यू हॅव प्लेस बिकॉज दॅर इज प्लेस आय एम मेकिंग दीस सजेशन टू यू फॉर नॉर्थ गोवा कीप इट एट TV साउथ गोवा लेट इट बी इन साउथ गोवा नाव देर इज वन मेजर इश्यू अबाउट power and renewable energy, which is 86. I would like to just talk on this. Amchi present capacity of Goa is 990 MVA. This is in your own document, which is 24/7, power for all. This is a Government of Goa and a Government of India publication. In this, you all have said that this is the 990 MVA is the present capacity. Of course, this is of 2014. Now, in your annual report, and then in that same one, you have said that that you anticipated, I'll just read your words. The planned intrastate transmission schemes would increase by the present capacity by 765 MVA by financial year 2018-19, resulting in an overall capacity of 1755 MVA. Then also you have said that we are expecting to see an increase in peak demand from 540 megawatts in financial year 2013-14 to 934 megawatts in financial year 2018-19. Please remember these figures. You're expecting 934 megawatts in 2018-19. In your annual report, CEA annual report, in 2019-20, you have stated that your peak in Goa was 625. Now, if this is 625, it means you have not reached what you were projecting, 765 or 1755. In the long-term electricity demand forecasting of 2019, this is another publication, it's an official publication by the Government of India. In this, you all have mentioned your projection for Goa is 704 for 2037, 2004 megawatts. So if this is your projection, my submission now is you have alternate energy, which is renewable energy, which is solar energy. And you are espousing that, and I know that you are very keen to promote solar energy. And that will be very clean, and we will have to avoid all these. Now, in your National Electric Plan, which Government of India has, the Central Electric Authority has issued this, they have said that our projections, potential which is there for Goa, for solar power is 880, and total estimated potential is 912. And then what they say is they're expecting that Goa will reach a target by 2022 of 358 megawatts. Now remember this, there is a commitment made by the Honorable Prime Minister at INDC, and there it has been assured that 175 gigawatts will be installed for solar generation of power, for clean power. Now, if you are going to have the solar power, which is 880 potential you are showing, then your breakup shows that you are not even achieving the target. The Prime Minister's commitment will be very hollow. It's an international commitment. And then we are having, as per the report of 29, we are having that we have only used 4.78 is what, as on 31st December 2019, we have only been able to achieve the target of 4.78 megawatts. So which is 83. On houses, don't have to take places. Zominized na muntas. The Honorable Chief Minister has written letter in connection with these identification of eco-sensitive areas. I've got that letter, that we don't have land in Goa. That he's asking that drop some villages because of forests, CRZ and everything, we're having problem. We don't have land availability. What will happen is, the difficulty will be that targets will not be achieved. If you provide that, we will save the cost of transmission lines. Your Tanmar, nothing will be required. We will save that cost and you'll be able to provide free electricity by solar if you achieve these targets the way the Prime Minister has done it. The next, so this is as far as power and renewable energy. In archives, which is demand number 45, I want to bring to attention of the Honorable Minister that there was a complaint which was made on 4th March 2020. That book was missing from the archives. That book is notarial book of Pint Menezes from Mapsa Bardes, the notary. Now pages were missing and some pages were replaced in it. They only write it to the police and said, and being followed up. Why there is no FIR? It is easy to find out from where it has happened, how it has happened. So the Honorable Minister may kindly look into this. I was mentioning that there was a complaint which was filed by your archives department with the police. The book missing the pages of Advocate Pint Menezes. So please look into that. Please expedite it, because you'll be able to unearth these rackets which are going on sales and fraudulent sales, making documents also. They've even managed to bring documents with colors, like I want to say like faded pages, whatever you call them, to make it look like authentic old pages and replace them in the books. This could not have happened unless there was some manipulation from within. And other thing is on archaeology, which is demand number 87. Two things I want to mention. One is about my Korzue fort in Korzue. You have said that 20% of the work is complete and it's expected to be ready by 2023. But you see, when you do a fort, any restoration you want to do, there must be some supporting infrastructure by the side. Tourists will not come here and then start searching for a place where there will be toilet, where there will be other facilities, plus place to eat something. Then snacks gyopa. So I had asked, what is this which the government is providing facility for local self-employment? Atmanirbhar Bharat muntat ani kai na magi last. Amche lokak, because we don't expect other people to come and start doing business. Naturally, I will believe in the constitution, rule of law, but locals also must be provided. Locals must be given the benefit. You're not restoring the fort as somebody else comes and does business. There are people around. There is no answer to that which has been given. It is only said the scope of the work is restoration of the fort. I'm not wanting the scope of work for restoration. I'm wanting how the department will be able to support us and our people in the village. Second part is about wires. Kitle party and monuments sogle wire hoita tinga. What kind of photograph can you do? Every time you sit and edit and remove those wires. So please, you can't, aesthetic beauty of a place cannot be spoiled by wires being pulled across these monuments, heritage sites. You may call them World Heritage Monuments and all that, but finally everything goes wrong when you try to take photographs. It must be clean, and the place should not be having those things. In DSA, in social welfare, demand number 57, only one request is please make sure that the payments are coming on time, because people are complaining that for years, 2 years, sometimes people are not got. If they have got salary for 6 months, it has stopped. I have sent the list also, which are people are this thing, so please follow that up. Obliged.
एक क्वेरी जी आमदारान मांडल्या ते क्वेरी विशीं आसा. लो इनकम ग्रुपाक आमी 50 युनिट दिता आनी 16 युनिट्स पळय म्हणटा ते खरें आसा, पूण ते PWD, नॉट इन पावर डिपार्टमेंट. पयले जे 15 युनिट फ्री आनी 16व्या युनिटा वयल्यान बिलिंग इट इज कमिंग.
I'm sorry, that was in water. You all are not giving
on water.
Yeah, you all are not giving anything.
For LIG, we are giving 50 units free.
Yeah.
Yes.
LIG जे आसा
Yuria Remo.
ताका आमी 50 युनिट फ्री दिता.
Yes. But there is nothing.
I rise to support the cut motion and oppose the demands. I start with power, Speaker, demand number 76, by making a very bold statement to say that the electricity department is fully aware that the power department is powerless. Je amgele senior aaj mantri ha, he is the most senior MLA here, and he has handled various departments. So, आमके एक तेजेर एक विश्वास हा की हो प्रॉब्लेम जो गोंयांत जाता, पावस बारीक येलो लायट गेली, हे कितली वर्सां जाली, हे म्हाका दिसता हे जे इरेटीक पावर सप्लायचे जे प्रॉब्लेम हा हो मंत्री तितून घेतलो म्हणून. Speaker sir, I'll be very brief. My honorable colleague has spoken about the Prime Minister's mission of having 175 gigawatts of power to the world, India's contribution. We are expected to have 358 megawatts. But Speaker sir, 10 crores maga dista tunka allot keля, that will contribute to only 2.4%. So somehow, Speaker sir, I feel we should look, first of all, the government should take a bold decision, because the Honorable Power Minister was also, while during the election, he was against the Tanmar project. I think you should reconsider it, and you should make sure that this project is scrapped in the interest of Goa and Goans. Kityak, Speaker sir, I want to say, kityak, je 1,500 crores जो project ha, it basically they will, if the government has the will, they would have been covered the new and renewable energy, जे जावपाचें, which would have resulted in providing 300 megawatts of rooftop solar power to the entire Goa free of cost for the next 25 years. Because it costs around 5 crores for installation of rooftop solar generation per megawatt. So if this was free, मी हे इंट्रोड्यूस करपाक जाय कित्याक मोस्ट ऑफ द टायम वेनेवर म्हाका दिसता आख्खे गोंय बरें दिसता सो हें खूंय ना खूंय हें वेस्टेज ही बंद जावपाक जाय. वी नीड अ डिसेंट्रलायज्ड mechanism for addressing the complaints and grievances of the people. We need to make it simple, Speaker sir. जे आमचे ऑनरेबल कालूस बाबान सांगला MLAन ते हे टॅरिफ आतां हें टॅरिफ वाडोवत आहा देंवपान कांय म्हाका दिसता कांय मुखार प्रयत्न ना सरकाराचो तर हेजेरूय म्हाका दिसता तुमी एक चिंतपाक जाय. आय अंडरस्टँड दॅट यू आर अंडर फायनान्शियल कन्स्ट्रेंट बट किपींग जे कोवीड जाला लोकांक त्रास जाले हेजे तुमी म्हाका दिसता हेजे तुमी एक व्हडलें एक डिसिजन घेवपाक जाय लोकांक तुमी हें सबसिडायज कितें सबसिडी दिवन हें पावर टॅरिफ दिवपाक जाय. दुसरें स्पीकर सर आमगेलें जेन्ना कुंकोळच्या गांवांत जेन्ना हें ऑफिस तुमगेलें मडगांवच्या गांवांत आहा येयलें I request you that it should be shifted to Kunkolim. If you want, we can provide a place in our municipality. I think there was a proposal, but it was rejected. If you could consider that. Speaker sir, following are my proposals that I have already forwarded to the Honorable Power Minister. One is of the LT lines in Kunkolim. दुसरें आमगेलें एक मेन प्रॉब्लम म्हणटाय ते स्पीकर सर हें अंडरग्रावंड केबलिंगाचें चांदोर गिरदोली भागांत ही लायन जी येता फ्रॉम सांजुजे दी आर्यल डिरेक्टली कम्स टू चांदोर. यू हॅव टू स्पीकर सर बेजिकली मेक शुअर ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टराक हांव मागोता ही इतली वर्सां जालीं जेन्ना ही लायन येता ही तुवें अंडर 11 kV LT तुवें हें करचें म्हणून. दुसरें स्पीकर सर जे म्हाका दिसता जेन्ना 10 वर्सां आदीं चवथीक दिवालीक बी ते लायट दिताले पूण तें बंद केलां हेजेर तुवें म्हाका दिसता एक डिसिजन घेवपाक जाय स्पीकर सर. दुसरें जेन्ना हाय रायज पोजिशनिंग सिस्टम व्हेकल हाय रायज पोजिशनिंग सिस्टम व्हेकल ही आमकां आमच्या भागांत जाय. whenever we go to cut dangerous trees or जे लायटीचें काम करपाक म्हाका दिसता मडगांव येयी फोन मारल्यार ओर केपें मारल्यार ओर सांग्यार मारल्यार खूंय ती गाड ना. कोण म्हणटाय की जे आमचे आदले पावर मिनिस्टर आशिल्ले ही हॅज अ कार एंड ही वॉलंटियर्स टू गिव इट. सो आय वूड रिक्वेस्ट दी ऑनरेबल आतांचे आमचे पावर मिनिस्टर इफ यू कूड लूक इन टू दीस बिकॉज दीस इज अ मेजर प्रॉब्लम. स्पीकर सर विथ रिगार्ड्स टू जे ट्रान्सफॉर्मर आहाय 4 ट्रान्सफॉर्मर हाचे फायल आमी माननीय आमदारा कडेन मांडले. वन इन गोडगाळ इन आंबावलीम द स्टेटस इज डेट इट इज सेंट फॉर रिवाइज्ड एस्टिमेट्स टू द डिविजन. एक कावोरी आनी फातरामोळ चांदोर हें म्हाका दिसता ईच्या अप्रुवलाक गेलेलें आहा. जे न्यू टावनशीप गिरदोलीम हें इन्स्टॉलेशन वर्क म्हाका दिसता पेंडींग आहा हेजेर तुवें मातशें हें करचें. आनी मेजर प्रॉब्लम स्पीकर सर जें पारोडा आमच्या कोर्यात गांव मो आहा थिंगा सारकें वीक लायटू ना दीसभर थिंगा लायट फेल जाता हेजेर तुवें म्हाका दिसता आमकां एक अश्युरन्स दिवपाक जाय स्पीकर सर. स्पीकर सर स्पीकिंग ऑन न्यू एंड रिन्युएबल एनर्जी डिमांड नंबर 86 म्हाका दिसता जे नये बिल्डींग येताय जे गव्हर्मेंटाचे कॉम्प्लेक्स येताय दे हॅव टू बी फिटेड विथ सोलर रूफिंग शीट्स एंड ग्रीड कनेक्टेड फॉर net metering. This is a requirement. Hejer ki जाल्लें speaker the green power that is generated and it is good also for maintenance of that project. कितें revenue generate जातलें हेजेरूय म्हाका दिसता स्पीकर सर तुवें एक मंत्रीन हेजेर लक्ष घालचें. जें हें सेल जाता जे डिस्पोजल ऑफ सोलर पावर सेल्स डू यू ऑल हॅव एनी mechanism to dispose these cells. I would ask the Honorable Minister to look into that as well. Speaker sir, speaking on social welfare demand number 57, I believe सगळ्यांगेलो एक डिमांड हा की जे पेंडिंग हा माननीय मंत्रीन सांगला आमकां पयले दिसा की 1 म्हयन्यान तो तें क्लियर करतो मो कित्याक बारीक लोकांक आज इतले त्रास जाताय इतले म्हाका दिसता एक दूख दिसता आमकां आमचे बरें येताय ते सांगपाक 2 म्हयने जाले हे कोरोस जालें 3 म्हयने जाले 6 म्हयने जाले केन्ना ना केन्ना म्हाका दिसता तूं एक केपेबल मनीस केपेबल आमदार आहा डायनेमीक आहा तुवें हे प्रॉब्लम रिजॉल्व करपाक जाय आनी रिजॉल्व जाल म्हणटरी तांकां तें पोत्ता आनी बंद करूं रिपोर्टा म्हयन्यान तांकां तें पावपाक जाय स्पिकर सर विथ रिगार्ड्स टू आर्किओलॉजी जे डिमांड नंबर 87 जेन्ना हेजेर उलयता स्पिकर सर आमी एक प्रश्न मांडलेलो आनी मुखेलमंत्रीन आमकां उतर दिलां की ह्यो प्लेसीस वूड बी नोटिफायड म्हणून आय वॉज शॉक्ड जेन्ना हिस्टॉरिकल मॉन्युमेंट्स लायक द चिफ्टन मेमोरियल इन कुंकोलीम वीच वॉज द फर्स्ट नॉन कॉपरेशन मुवमेंट दुसरें आमचें लोहिया मैदान हिंगा जे वीच वॉज प्लेस वीथ डॉक्टर राम मनोहर लोहिया आनी जुलियांव मिनेझीस हेमी एक क्रांती केल्ली दुसरें आमचें जे मार्टियर्स मेमोरियल पत्रादेव्यान आसोल ना दुसरें आनी एक हांव मंत्री कडेन मागोता देर इज अ प्लेक इन कुंकोलीम by the Azad Gomantak Dal under the leadership of my Kunkolkar freedom fighter Prabhakar Vedya. On the Portuguese police outpost. This plaque is also not in the list. To an maka dista mache geche. I demand, Speaker sir, and I'm sure that you all will notify these places at the earliest.
It has to, there's a guideline. Only those monuments which has crossed 100 years of their life, they come under this. However, we will see to that all these monuments are to be preserved. We will see other option because they cannot come in archaeology.
Yeah, no,
I'll answer.
Yeah, Speaker sir, I think these historic monuments, whatever are there, you all should look at it and refurbish them. That is the need of the hour. Thank you, Speaker sir.
Yes, next. Jirailobo.
So I rise here to support the cut motion and to oppose the demands. Regarding demand number 76, electricity. Sir, आमचे colleagues सांगला ते प्रमाणे there is constant power fluctuation in Shioli constituency. Shioli constituency तुमकां खबर आसतली अंजुना हो coastal belt येता आणि जे आमचे tourist belt. And what are we giving to our tourists is locals suffer जातात, आमचे tourists suffer जातात. Our guest houses, everyone, all our hotels have to run on generators all the time. हेजे तुम्ही sir none करची. Sir, specific work, is there any progress done in tendering work of conversion of overhead HT line to underground cabling system in Shioli? Shioli Marna, Shioli Oshel and Shioli Sodia. Ye tumche kode file पावली हा sir. Underground cabling ye 3 HJ sir. मागीर दुसरे हांव या तिसरे पावटी रिपीट करता सर आमचे शिओली तिनूय गांवांत इलेक्ट्रिसिटी येता पावर येता आमच्या म्हापसा साकून फ्रॉम तिवी म्हापसा पूण स्टाफ जे आहा दे आर स्टेशन एट पेडणे 2A सो जेन्ना फिडर फॉल्टी जाता सर तेन्ना हे जे स्टाफ आहा ते आपल्याचे सगळे पेडणेचे काम करून निमणे शिओली येता सो आय वॉन्ट you to give us separate staff for Shioli, sir. Na जाल्यार आमकां म्हापसा transfer करचे. Otherwise it gets very late by the time Shioli area gets their power restored. Sir, ने ट्रान्सफॉर्मराची रिक्वेस्ट सगळे तुमचे हेचे कडेन आहा ऑफिसान आहा तेय पोवचे सर आनी जे प्री मान्सून वर्क म्हणून आसता जे खांदे कातरपाचे आनी ते मातशे सिरियसली आनी दीस लायट काडटात पूण प्री मान्सून वर्काक म्हणून लायट शटडावन जाता फूल डे पूण पावस मातसो पासून येयलो जाल्यार परत्यो लायट्यो गेल्यो सो वॉट प्री मान्सून वर्क्स वी आर डुईंग आय रियली डोंट नो Sir, one specific work of my transformer in Sateri Nagar, Vella, it's been pending for a long, long time. हे मातशें पळोवचें सर. आनी जे पोल्स आहा, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पोल्स आहा, विदाउट LED lights being fitted, fixtures being fitted in Shioli constituency, please look into it. आनी एक सांगूंक सोदता सर, जेन्ना पोल घालूंक जाय नाल्यार शिफ्टिंग ऑफ पोल्स आसता, रिक्वेस्ट आसता, तेन्ना पंचायतीक एस्टिमेट 30 to 50,000 अंडर येता सर. इतले पयशे खूब पंचायतीक आसना. So that estimate is a lot. हेजी तुमी नोंद करची सर. Regarding demand number 86, new and renewable energy. Let me stress upon solar energy. Sir, आमची कितली घरां गोंयान वाडल्यात, commercial places वाडल्यात, industrial hubs, everything. Guest houses, being tourism belt, सगळे वाडला. But sir, हे जे load ha, it's the same. So we have to tap upon this solar energy. First of all, let us start with all the government offices. हे आमचे रेजिडेन्शियलाचे तुम्ही सबसिडी दितात, पण जितले आमचे गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफिसीस हा तेजे सोलर पॅनल घालून आमी स्टार्ट करचे, सरकारान स्टार्ट करचे, आणि जो पावर सेव जाता हितून ते आमच्या ग्रिडाक परते सप्लाय करचे. बिकॉज saying again and again that we don't have the proper load. आमी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी विकते घेयत असतात, आणि त्या हितून we burn a lot of coal as it is required. आणि एक burning of coal leads to environment degradation आणि आमचे आरोग्याकूय बरें न्हू. सो सोलर एनर्जी हेजेर आमी टॅप करपाची गरज आहा. कॅन वी ऑल्सो एक्सप्लोर विंड मिल रिन्युएबल एनर्जी सर, हेजेरूय आमी नोंद करची सर. नाव रिगार्डिंग डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ सोशल वेलफेअर, एज सेड बाय माय कलिग्स, आमचे जाणट्यांक, आमच्या विधवा बायलांक, आमच्या हँडिकॅप भुरग्यांक कितले म्हयनेच जाले सर येवंक ना, आमचे इन्स्टॉलमेंट्स येवंक ना. सो हेजे म्हाका दिसता तुमी पळयतले, बिकॉज दे कम दे आर हँड टू माउथ. हे जे 1,500 आय मीन 2,000 तांकां येता, तेच ते आपले मेडिसीन घेतात म्हयन्याचे, नाजाल्यार कितें बारीक मोठे वस्तू घेवपाक ते यूज करतात. सो इट्स नॉट बीन पेड फॉर मेनी मंथ्स.
Will explain for information of all other honorable members. There is only single month is pending now.
But they still come.
No, only single month, and that will be complete. I mean, we will get it online every month. Only one. Yeah, the pendency was there earlier, but now only single month is pending, and that we will bring it direct benefit transfer DBT on a particular date. We will see that. I have mentioned it only because everybody will raise this issue again and again, and I'll have to answer only once.
So it's all over Goa, full.
All over Goa, only 1 month's pendency is there.
So
next month we will complete everything, and that will be.
Yeah, that we also can inform our people.
Yes,
that it's
yes,
been,
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. सर, आनी एक म्हणटा ती जेन्ना स्पावस मरता, म्हणल्यार घरांतलो दादलो मरता आनी तेजे बायलेक जेन्ना ते ट्रान्सफर करतात आमी, दॅट एप्लिकेशन शूड कम ऑन प्रायोरिटी. द विडो ते मातशें तेका ते एप्लिकेशन पेंडींग दवरचें न्हू, लायक अ न्यू एप्लिकेशन. हे कित्याक तांकां ऑलरेडी येताले, आनी हे महिलाक नाल्यार ते ट्रान्सफर आहा ते पयले हितून घालचे सर, प्रायोरिटीन घालचे. रिगार्डींग डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ आर्किओलॉजी सर, आमचो शापोरा फोर्ट आहा सर, आनी ते आमचे एक्सपोज स्टोन्स आहा सर. इट्स इन अ व्हेरी व्हेरी बॅड स्टेट सर. आनी शापोरा फोर्टाचे सकला बीच आहा सर, आनी दीस big stones, the exposed stones, वयर साकून सकला पडटा सर. न्यूजाचेर येयल्ले आहा, and it can be a fatal accident also. कित्याक ट्युरिस्ट थंयसर भोंवतात, लोकल्स भोंवतात, तो एक फातर पडलो जाल्यार तो जीव गेलो. सो हेजे मातशें वेग्यान चापोरा फोर्ट आमचो मेंटेन करपाचो सर. व्हडले फातर ते एंटीक स्टोन्स, एक्सपोज स्टोन्स, तेजे मातशें पळोवचें सर. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
माननीय आमदार प्रवीण अर्लेकर.
Speaker sir, I rise to support the demand moved by the government and oppose the cut motion moved by the opposition. Demand number 76, Power Minister. पेडण्यान जायते प्रकल्प येवपाचे आसात. सध्या मोपा एअरपोर्ट आणि आयुष हॉस्पिटल हे प्रकल्प जे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डिमांड आसा ते खूब आसा. लोकां मदें भंय आसा की फुडें मोर कंजम्पशन देन सप्लाय अशें जावपाचें चित्र आसात. तर हाका कितें प्रोविजन केल्या? अंडरग्राउंड इलेक्ट्रिसिटी केबल करपाची थरयला काय फुडें पेडण्यान खूब बदल जावपाचो आसा. द स्टँडर्ड ऑफ लिवींग हाय करपाची गरज आसा पेडण्यान. Inspection of old electricity pole. कासरवंड्यान जेन्ना खूब वर्सां पयलीं हांगासर खांब्या वरसून केबलिंग हे करपाचो केल्लो एक प्रोजेक्ट. तो प्रोजेक्ट मदेंच बंद पडलो. पूण सद्या घातक जाल्ले आसा. बंद पडलेलो आसा सद्या तो घातक जाल्लो आसा. कित्याक ते पोल सद्या रोडाचेर पडटा आनी ते केबलूय रोडाचेर येयल्ले आहा. आनी सद्या लोकांचे हांगासर एक्सिडंटूय जावंक शकता. ताका लागून हे जाता तितले बेगान हे खांबे बँड जाल्ले आसा सगल्याक आनी केबल बी ते सगळे काडचे. तशेंच डिमांड नंबर 57, सोशल वेलफेअर. स्वयंपूर्ण मित्र म्हणटा. विकान एकदां सीएमान सांगलां विकान एकदां हर एक पंचायतीन येतले. म्हाका दिसता विकान एकदां पंचायतीन येवच्या परस जेन्ना इलेक्शनाच्या टायमार घरांनी गव्हर्मेंट सर्वे करता जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता बारीक लोकांच्या घरांनी हो सर्वे जावंक जाय. गव्हर्मेंटान बारीक लोकांक लागून ह्यो स्किमी तेंच्या दारा पासून पावोवंक जाय अशें दिसता. कित्याक ह्यो स्किमी लोकांक कितें खबरूच आसना. लोकांक ते पेपर कितें करूंक जाय, कसले कितें तांकां डॉक्युमेंट्स कितें करूंक जाय ते लोकांक कितेंच खबर आसना. ताका लागून गव्हर्मेंटान हेजेर भर घेवची आनी तेंच्या घरान वचून हे लोकांक बारीक लोकांक हे कांयच कळना कितें पंचायतीन वचपाचें काय खंय वचपाचें आनी तांकां फॉर्मेलिटीज खूब करच्यो पडटा. ताका लागून ते पेपर करूंकूय वचना आनी त्यो स्किमी घेवपाकूय पावनात. ताका लागून म्हाका दिसता गव्हर्मेंटान हेजेर खूब भर घेवपाची गरज आहा. ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर, स्पोर्ट मिनिस्टर गोविंद गावडे आनी सोशल वेलफेअर मिनिस्टर सुभाष फळदेसाय हांचें हांव खूब अभिनंदन करता की आमच्यो मागण्यो आसल्यो की आंबेडकर भवन जावचें आनी आमच्या ऑनरेबल सीएमान त्या टायमार सांगलेलें कितें ह्या वर्सा तें काम स्टार्ट जातलें म्हणून. सद्या त्या भवनाचो स्टेटस कितें आहा तो म्हाका जाणूंक जाय आनी लँड खंय एक्वायर केल्या ती प्लीज हे आमकां जाणून दिवचें. तशेंच नॉर्थ गोवा आनी सावथ गोवा district should provide hostel facility in the name of Ambedkar Bhavan
for SC, ST and OBC. भुरगे पेडण्या ते पणजे आनी काणकोण ते पणजे प्रवास करतात तांकां खूब डिस्टन्स जाता. Honorable Speaker Ramesh Tawanekar sir started Balaram Sosta for students. म्हाका दिसता हेजेर भर घेवपाची खूब गरज आसा सर. Welfare of SC community. आमच्या पेडण्यान खुबशे अशे मिनिस्टर जावन गेले, पूण जे मिनिस्टर जाले ते हे रिजर्व सीट म्हणून आहले म्हणून ते जावंक पावले. पूण तेंच्यांनी म्हाका दिसता सरकाराच्या दोळ्या मुखार हाडून दिवंक ना. हे SC कम्युनिटीक लागून तेंच्यांनी कितें केलां अशें दाखोवचें. कित्याक हांवें डोर टू डोर जेन्ना कॅम्पेन केल्ले त्या टायमार हांवें लोकांच्या दारान वचून पळयलें, लोकांक सद्या अजून पासून उदक ना, लोकांक टॉयलेट ना आनी लोकांक धड घराय ना. ताका लागून हेजेर सरकारान भर घेवची आनी जाता तितले म्हाका दिसता हांकां फकत यूजूच केल्या फकत वोटिंगाच्या टायमार. हेज्या फुडें हें घडचें न्हू. आनी गव्हर्मेंट म्हणटा कितें सेंट्रलासून खुबशे स्किमी आसात, ते स्किमी कितल्यो स्किमी तांकां अवेलेबल करून दिल्यो ते गव्हर्मेंटान सांगचें. कित्याक आमचे बारीक समाजाक पासून ते लोक आहा पळय त्या लोकांचेर गव्हर्मेंटाचें म्हाका दिसता लक्ष ना. ताका लागून लक्ष घालपाची खूब गरज आसा. I demand for independent SC Financial Development Corporation income limited for post material scheme to be increased to 8 lakhs for SC. हेजेर भर घेवपाची. नॉन मॅट्रीक SSC. ओके. आमकां जर स्वयंपूर्ण गोंय करपाचें आसा जाल्यार ह्या समाजाक बरोबर घेवन वचपाची खूब गरज आसा. डिमांड 85. तीनशे वर्साचो एक पेडण्या हलर्णा गांवान फोर्ट आसा. तो रिन्युवेट करपाची खूब गरज आसा आनी ब्युटिफिकेशन. ते वेडिंग डेस्टिनेशनूय जावंक शकता आनी गोंयान आमचो बऱ्यान बरो ट्युरिजम स्पॉटूय जावंक शकता. कित्याक तो लेकाक खूब लागीं आहा, टच आसा ताका लागून. आनी तेतून एकोमोडेशनूय करूंक शकता. तेतून गव्हर्मेंटाचें रेवेन्यू वाडोवंक शकता. ताका लागून हेचेर गव्हर्मेंटान भर घेवची. थँक्यू.
माननीय आमदार रुदोल्फ फर्नांडीस. संकल्प आमोणकर. माननीय आमदार दिव्या राणे.
Speaker sir, I rise to support the demand and oppose the cut motion. Uninterrupted power supply कंटिन्युअस वॉटर, गूड रोड्स, हे म्हाका दिसता आमचे लोकांचे बेजीक नेसेसिटी, तांचो रायट, अँड इट इज अवर ड्युटी टू प्रोवायड दॅट टू देम. हांव ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टरांक सांगपाक सोदतां की आमच्या पर्या मतदारसंघान इलेक्ट्रिसिटीचो खूबच इश्यू जाला हालीं, आनी प्रत्येक कडेन आमी पळयता आमचे 3 अशे मेजर पंचायत्स आसा, मोर्ले, केरी आनी पर्ये. खंय एवरी सेकेंड डे पावर शॉर्टेज आसा, कित्याक तांची जी ओवरहेड पळय जे केबल्स आसा ते खूब फॉल्टी आसा. 2-2 दिसांनी स्नॅप जाता आनी लोकांक लायट नासता, वरां लायट नासता. सो हो इश्यू खूबच मेजर जाला, आनी ताजे खातीर लायट ना म्हणून लोकांक आपले घराचें काम करपाक मेळना, अप्लायन्सीस यूज करपाक मेळना तांकां. वॉशिंग मशीन म्हणा, इवन चार्जींग ऑफ फोन्स, टी व्ही, हे मिक्सर कांयच चलना तांच्या घरांनी. सो हो खूबच इश्यू जाला, आनी हे 2-2 दिसांनी हो इश्यू आसा. आनी गिमांनी हें जाता, आनी पावस पडलो की विचारकच नाका, कित्याक इतलें वारें आनी हें जाता, आनी वारें मातशें आयलें की इट स्टार्ट स्नॅपिंग, मातशें झाडां कितें पडलीं ताजेर इट स्टार्ट स्नॅपिंग. सो हाजो एकच उपाय मान्य मंत्र्यांक हांव म्हणपाक सोदतां की मागता तुमचे कडेन की तुमी जे अंडरग्रावंड केबलींग तुमी स्टार्ट केलां बाकीच्या एरियांनी, प्लीज तुमी लक्ष दियात की आमच्या रुरल एरियांनी तुमी अंडरग्रावंड केबलींग प्लीज स्टार्ट करात. आनी स्पेशली ह्या पंचायतींनी बी खूब गरज आसा अंडरग्रावंड केबलीचे बिकॉज ऑफ लो क्वॉलिटी ऑफ केबल्स. आनी ताज्याच बरोबर आमचे दुसरे पंचायती आसा, थाण्यां, मावशे म्हणा आनी भिरोंडा, हे दीस इज व्हेरी हिली टेरेन, तुमकां खबर आसा ते सगळे दोंगर आनी हे. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट येदी व्हडलीं झाडां आसा थंय, येदे व्हडले परत ते झाडां पडटा लायटीचेर. सो ताजे खातीर हो परत इश्यू जाता. सो हेय एरियांनी अंडरग्रावंड केबलींग तर घेतलें जाल्यार खूब सॉल्व जातलें. कित्याक लायट गेल्यार पसून जेन्ना लायटमॅन येता ते सॉल्व करपाक, तांकां ते झाडां खातीर इतले त्रास जाता ते रिपेर वर्क करपाक, बिकॉज इट्स एट अ हायट. सो हें मेजर इश्यू जाला. बट हें तर तुमी अंडरग्रावंड तर ताजें बी अंडरग्रावंड केबलींग घेतलें, कित्याक म्हाका दिसता मोर दॅन अर्बन एरियाज तरी कॉन्क्रीट आसा, पण आमचे एरियाज इज ग्रीन कवर. सो हे झाडां खातीर प्रॉब्लम जाता टू स्टार्ट डू द रिपेर वर्क अँड गेट इट रेक्टिफायड. खूब प्रॉब्लम जाता तुमच्याच स्टाफाक. सो मागता की तुमी हें अंडरग्रावंड केबलींग प्लीज ऑन प्रायोरिटी जाता तितले बेगीन तुमी तुमचो एस्टिमेट प्रिपेर करात आनी काम सुरू करात, मागता आमच्या कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन. आनी एटलिस्ट टील देन एटलिस्ट तुमच्या स्टाफान तर प्री मॉन्सून वर्क तर झाडां ब्रांचीस बी कापपाचें तर काम केलें जाल्यार खूब म्हाका दिसता फरकय जातलो. कित्याक ही परत झाडां लायटीचेर पडून हे इलेक्ट्रिसिटीचे प्रॉब्लम खूब जाता. दुसरें आसा आमचो मेजर इश्यू लो वोल्टेज आनी वोल्टेज फ्लक्च्युएशन. परत 2-2 दिसांनी फ्लक्च्युएशन जाता. लोकांचे सगळे घरांतले जे एप्लायन्सीस आसात परत पेड्ड्यार जावपाक लागल्या. लोकांचे मिक्सर म्हणा, टी व्ही म्हणा, परत फ्लक्च्युएशन जाता. आनी दीस इज बिकॉज द इनकमींग वोल्टेज पळय आसा ती खूबच कमी येता फ्रॉम द मेन ग्रीड. सो दॅट इज वन मेन इश्यू. पण ॲट द सेम टायम हांव सांगपाक सोदतां की तुमचें डिपार्टमेंट इज फंक्शनींग व्हेरी वेल, म्हणल्यार व्हेरी हेल्पफूल. एंड एक्चुली आय शूड कॉंग्रॅच्युलेट देम. कित्याक आमी जेन्ना फोन करता, आमची जेन्ना पंचायत फोन करता, ताबडतोब ते त्या जाग्यार पावतात एंड दे ट्राय टू रेक्टिफाय all the work immediately with whatever capacity they have and whatever facilities they have. But their hands are also tied, कित्याक खूब फावटी तांचो सद्या आमचो मॅन पावरूय कमी जाला थंय. सो देर इज शॉर्टेज ऑफ लायन वायरमॅन, असिस्टंट लायनमॅन, लायन हेल्पर, आनी खूब हाय वॉल्युमाचे ते पावर रिलेटेड कॉल्स आसता. सो ताजे खातीर तुमी मातशी प्लीज डिपार्टमेंटाक सायट इन्स्पेक्शनां धाडात. सायट विजीट मातशी एक स्टडी जावनी की कितले तुमकां मॅन पावर जाय, कितलो मॅन पावर कमी पडटा तुमच्या डिपार्टमेंटाक. कित्याक कॉल्स पावसा दिसांनी तर खूब येता. ॲट द सेम टायम व्हेकल एकच आसा आनी एक व्हेकल आमच्या 3 पंचायतीक मॅनेज करता. सो तुमी तर आनी 2 व्हेकल धाडले जाल्यार हो पावर इशू, कित्याक म्हाका पयर 2 पंचायतीच्यान एक बरोबर फोन आयलो अँड 1 पंचायत वॉज वेटींग फॉर द पावर restoration for almost 3-4 hours, कित्याक your people were handling the power supply in one पंचायत. सो कित्याक गाडी एकच आसा, मॅन पॉवरय कमी आसा म्हणून तांकां खूब टायम लागता. दे आर ट्रायींग देयर बेस्ट, द स्टाफ इज ट्रायींग देयर बेस्ट अँड दे अटेंड कॉल्स इमिजिएटली. पूण बिकॉज ऑफ लॅक ऑफ फॅसिलिटीज मातशे त्रास जाता आमच्या लोकांक. आनी एक सजेस्ट करपाक सोदता हांव, एक हायड्रॉलीक क्रेन तर माउंटेड तुमी एक व्हेकल तर आमच्या एरियान हाडली, कित्याक आमची खूब हिली टेरेन. कित्याक पयर फाटल्या दिसांनी 2 म्हयने जाले सुर्ला भागान आमच्या लायट गेली, लोकांक 4 दीस लायट नाशिल्ली, कित्याक थंय वायर स्नॅप जाल्यो आनी द लायन्समॅन कुडंट रीच बिकॉज इतली हायट आशिल्ली ते हाजी. सो तांचे कडेन व्हेकल नाशिल्ले प्रॉपर. सो हें तर एक हायड्रॉलीक क्रेन माउंटेड तर व्हेकल मेळ्ळे जाल्यार हे जे डिफिकल्टीज आसा एट हाय levels, that this can be tackled. आमचे ट्रान्सफॉर्मरय आसा, खूब एक्झिस्टींग ट्रान्सफॉर्मर्स आसा which are of low capacity आणि खूब ओल्ड आसा, many years old, must be more than 30-35 years old. तुम्ही मातशे तुमचे स्टाफाक धाडून एक इन्स्पेक्शन करात अँड प्लीज रिप्लेस ऑल द ओल्ड ट्रान्सफॉर्मर्स विथ न्यू हाय कॅपॅसिटी ट्रान्सफॉर्मर्स. स्ट्रीट लायट्स आसा मेजर इश्यू, म्हाका दिसता सगळ्या आसा हे स्ट्रीट लायट्सीचो इश्यू. पूण मागता की जे MLA स्ट्रीट लायट्स प्रोवायड जाता, आमचे मेजर जे फेस्टिवल्स आसा म्हणा चवथी, दिवाळे टायमार, क्रिसमसा टायमार, तर पयलीं तर मातशे एक 3-4 आठवडे तर आमकां स्ट्रीट लायट्स मेळ्ळे. आनी तुमच्या डिपार्टमेंटान तर वचून तर मेंटेनन्स रिपेर वर्क तर ताजे पयलीं सुरू केलें जाल्यार खूब बरें जातलें आमच्या कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीच्या लोकांक. फेस्टिवलाचे पयलीं सगळे आमचे रस्ते चकाचक जावन इट विल बी nice to celebrate the festivals in that way. सो मागता की तांचे ते मेंटेनन्स वर्क मातशे पयलीं हे मेजर फेस्टिवल्सां पयलीं मातशे बरे पैकी जावून ये. आय थँक यू ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर की तुमी कमिशन केला HD केबल फॉर बोथ आमचे इंडस्ट्रियल इस्टेट्स डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम अमोणा सबस्टेशन. आणि हांव मागता तुमचे कडेन की तुमी प्लीज एक्झिस्टींग 6.3 MVA पावर ट्रान्सफॉर्मर एट अमोणा सबस्टेशन प्लीज अपग्रेड करा टू हायर कॅपॅसिटी, कित्याक टू अवॉयड लोड शेडींग आनी एन्श्युअर अनइंटरप्टेड पावर सप्लाय. आमचे कित्याक 2 IDCs आसा थंय, सो तांकां लोड शेडींग खूब जाता. सो तुमी तर मातशे अपग्रेड केले अमोणा पावर स्टेशनाचे पावर ट्रान्सफॉर्मर, ते खूब फायदो जातलो. आणि अंडरग्रावंड केबलिंगय आसा इनसायड द इंडस्ट्रियल इस्टेट विच इज रायट नाव नॉट ऑफ गूड क्वॉलिटी. तुमी तर मातशें हें तर काम तर ऑन टॉप प्रायोरिटी घेतले जाल्यार हे जे लायटीचे इश्यूज आसा 2-2 दिसांनी आमच्या लोकांक त्रास जाता इलेक्ट्रिसिटी खातीर, बेजीक नेसेसिटी ही मातशी सॉल्व जातली. थँक्यू. दुसरे डिमांड आसा सोशल वेलफेराचो, डिमांड नंबर 57. हांव माननीय मंत्र्याक रिक्वेस्ट करता की तुमी एक प्लीज कन्सिडर अ स्कीम फॉर प्रोवायडींग एक मॉडिफायड 2-wheeler बायक्स फॉर पर्सन्स विथ लोकोमोटरी डिसेबिलिटीज. कित्याक ते बेनिफिशरी आसा रायट नाव दे आर डिपेंडंट ऑन द MPLED फंड्स तांकां पळय मेळटा न्ही तेन्नाच्या तुमच्या डिपार्टमेंट थ्रू तर तांकां मेळ्ळे जाल्यार खूब हेल्प जातली तांकां. आनी प्लस मागता की फायनान्शियल थ्रेशोल्ड लिमीट ऑफ ऑल स्किम्स म्हाका दिसता 10 वर्सां पयलीं फिक्स जाल्ली ती तर तुमी इफ यू कॅन रिवर्क आमच्या लोकांक खूब फायदो जातलो ताजो. आनी ह्यो तर स्किम्स इफ दे आर मेड अवेलेबल ऑनलायन जाल्यार पर्सन्स विथ डिसेबिलिटी तांकां थंय परत डिपार्टमेंटान वचून इट विल सेव टायम एनर्जी लोकांचे पयशेय बी. सो हे तर ऑनलायन तर स्किम्स अवेलेबल जाल्यो जाल्यार बरें जातलें आमच्या लोकांक. आनी कित्याक हे इतल्यो बऱ्यो स्किम्स आसात तुमच्या डिपार्टमेंटाच्यो पूण मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल म्हाका दिसता आर अनअवेर ऑफ द स्किम्स. सो तुमी तर एक मॅसीव अवेरनस ड्रायव्ह तर घेतलो ऑल ओवर गोवा जाल्यार खूब फायदो जातलो की पीपल वील कम टू नो अबावट दीज स्किम्स आनी तांचे मॉनिटरी बेनिफिट्स. ॲट द सेम टायम तुम्ही तर कॅम्प्स ऑर्गनायज केले तालुका लेवल्स टू प्रोवायड कितलेशे हियरींग एड्स म्हणा बाकीचे असिस्टिव्ह डिवायसीस आसा न्ही फॉर पीपल वीथ डिसेबिलिटी तांच्या खातीर तर हे कॅम्प्स ऑर्गनायज केले जाल्यार तालुका लेवल जाल्यार खूब फायदो जातलो ताजो ॲट द सेम टायम थंय तर एक हेल्प डेस्क तर असले ते कॅम्पांनी जाल्यार थंय बी तांकां फायदो जातलो कित्याक लोक पीपल वील बी अवेर की हे एड्स हांगा मेळटा आनी कशें तांकां मेळपाक शकता म्हणटकच हे अवेरनस जातले आनी तुमची इतल्यो बऱ्यो स्किम्स आसा तुमच्या डिपार्टमेंटान फॉर ऑल पीपल फॉर OBC ST म्हणा SC म्हणा धनगर कम्युनिटी पण तांकां ह्यो स्किम्स खबर ना सो म्हाका दिसता हो अवेरनस प्रोग्राम इज इम्पॉर्टंट टू क्रिएट आनी कॅम्प्स आर इम्पॉर्टंट आनी ॲट द सेम टायम म्हाका दिसता तर तुमी मॅन पावर तर तुमच्या डिपार्टमेंटान वाडयलो जाल्यार हें जे काम आसा ते फसिलिटेट करपाक बरें पडटलें तुमचे पेपर वर्क आनी प्लस ऑनलायन तर तुमी सुरू केले जाल्यार ताकाय तुमकां मॅन पावर लागतलो टू हेल्प टू प्रोसेस द स्किम्स फास्टर थँक्यू स्पीकर सर
माननीय आमदार जोसुआ डिसोजा.
Speaker, sir, I rise to support the demands and oppose the cut motions placed for the day. Speaker, sir, demand number 76, electricity. Firstly, I'd like to thank the entire electricity department staff from the CE, AE, JEs, and linesmen who worked round the clock to restore power during the cyclone Taukte under the guidance of our Honorable ex-Power Minister, Nilesh Kabral. His entire team of efficient officers who work night and day to restore power all across the state. Speaker, sir, after the cyclone till today, we still see a lot of power cuts due to falling branches, zaite pole je asa te replace down azuni, and the inconsistent rain. Every day there are constant power cuts in Mapsa, and I believe from every member has suggested all across the state. Amka zaite fauti power cuts asta disan, which creates a lot of inconvenience to the common man. Ani garanji bayla asta tinchi, tinkai bharpur tras jata. There is a lot of fluctuation which causes short circuiting to the domestic household appliances. I request Honorable Minister to please find a solution to this problem. I thank Honorable ex-Minister Nilesh Kabral for sanctioning the work of underground cabling in the constituency of Mapsa for an amount of 117 crores during his tenure. And current Minister Shri Ramkrishna Daulikar for continuing this work, which is ongoing today. We expect Mapsa constituency to go underground in record time. आणि हांव ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टराक विनंती करता बाकीचे जे काम उरला LTचे तेंचें सँक्शन बेगीन दिवचें म्हणून. स्पीकर सर, द स्ट्रीट लायट रिपेर्स टेक फार टू लाँग. आमकां खबर आसा, काल्लुसान मूय म्हटला, हांव 2019च्यान फॉलोअप करता with regards to the street light repairs which take place all the way in the city of Margaon. आमी स्ट्रीट लायट म्हापशासून मडगांव धाडचे पडटा, 10-15 दीस रावचे पडटा, परत ते हाडचे पडटा, परत बसोवचे पडटा. इट्स अ व्हेरी टायम कन्ज्युमिंग प्रोसेस which wastes a lot of time and manpower. हांवें ऑनरेबल एक्स मिनिस्टराक विनंती केल्ले तशेंच हांव नवीन मंत्रीक रिक्वेस्ट करता, म्हापशा नाल्यार म्हापसा थिवी सबस्टेशना भितर जायतो जागो आसा, थंय तेंच्यांनी हे प्रोविजन करचें to repair the street lights. Speaker sir, the vetting process of street light vendors is also outdated and needs to be updated to incorporate vendors providing on-site warranties and reduced turnaround time. Tashet, speaking about demand number 86, new and renewable energy. In this day and age, hybrid solar street lamps are available which should continue to function even though madi cable short zale, cut zale. These lights are able to work uninterruptedly on solar. The department can consider these new technologies so that they can also reduce the delay in repairs and the carbon footprint. In industrial areas, a good recommendation would be to induce policy changes wherein some portion of energy requirements has to come compulsory from green sources, may it be wind or solar, where industries can take this power from installing solar systems or windmills. If the industry don't have enough space on the roof, they can contribute and share open spaces and have solar farms. Recently, in industrial estate, in TV industrial estate, Mapsa, Geno Pharmaceuticals have installed Goa's biggest 1.1 megawatt rooftop capex solar power system. I think it's a good step they've taken forward, and this can be an example for the department to showcase this project to other industries in the state. The open access policy, if introduced, would help the industry phase renewable energy on demand for a cheaper rate than what is available in the conventional market. Other than policy changes, we can introduce a new tariff system through smart metering as the time of day. म्हटल्यार रातचे domestic users कमी tariff लावचे, दिसाचे आमचे नाईट लाईफ आसा तांकां रिवाइज करूंक शकता. All of the above, coupled with a government-sponsored, subsidized lithium battery storage banks with a capacity of 50 megawatts, can also reduce the dependence on purchasing power from other states, which will also strengthen Goa as a state, as a self-sustaining state. I'm also happy that the Honorable Minister had considered my request to have an electric vehicle in each and every government department. It is a big step for the state government, and I hope that in the future more and more vehicles are purchased under this. Speaker sir, demand number 57, social welfare. I would like to thank Honorable Minister Subhash Valdesai for giving an assurance to all beneficiaries to be cleared within a month. And I have full faith in you, sir, that you will do justice to this portfolio. Thank you, Speaker sir.
माननीय आमदार उल्हास तुयेकर. आज डिमांडांक सपोर्ट करपाक आनी कट मोशनाक ओपोज करपाक उबो रावला. सगळ्या पयलीं हांव आमच्या ऑनरेबल पावर मिनिस्टराचें हांव कॉंग्रेच्युलेशन करता की गेल्ल्या म्हयन्यांक तेणे आमच्या सालसडीच्या MLAक मुद्दाम फोन करून आमची मिटींग घेतली आनी आमच्यो ज्यो कितें डिफिकल्टी आहा त्यो आयकून घेतल्या बद्दल ताका हांव कॉंग्रेच्युलेशन म्हणटा. आयज हांव डिमांड नंबर 76, 57 आनी 87 उलोवपाक उबो रावला. आमच्या नावेली मतदारसंघात ज्यो 5 पंचायती येता, ह्या 5 पंचायतींच्या भितर 4 पंचायती खातीर एक डिविजन आसा आनी दुसरे 1 पंचायती खातीर दुसरें डिविजन आहा. सो म्हाका मिनिस्टरा कडेन मागणी आहा की हे सगळे एकूच डिविजनान जर आसले जाल्यार आमकां मातशें काम करपाक बरें पडटलें. ते सब डिविजन 3, सब डिविजन 2 आनी डिविजन 4. सो दुसरें म्हटल्यार सगळ्या मतदारसंघांनी अंडर केबलिंग जालां. आमच्या देगेच्या मतदारसंघ मडगांवन सुद्दां कितलेशे वर्सां पयलीं अंडरग्रावंड केबलिंग जालां. सो आमच्या मतदारसंघान सुद्दां हे अंडरग्रावंड केबलिंगेचे खुबसो आमकां गरज आसा. कारण जेन्ना लायटीचे जेन्ना वायरी तुट्टा तेन्ना खुबसो तांकां प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व करपाक ते खंय तुटल्या वायरी त्यो खुबशे अशे प्रॉब्लेम जाता. जर हे अंडरग्रावंड केबलिंग जर HT आनी LT जालें जाल्यार आमकां खुबसो तेजो फायदो जावपाचो आहा. तशेंच under R&I works, new poles are erected in Navili constituency. Some poles are erected in between where there were loose spans. Some poles are used for extension of new feeder from existing transformer. There are around 250 such poles on which streetlight fixtures are required. सो हे सुद्दां आमी तुमचे कडेन मागणी केल्ली कडेन आसा. ही आमची मागणी ऑनरेबल पावर मिनिस्टरान पूर्ण करची अशें मागता. तशेंच आमच्या ह्या नावेली मतदारसंघात खुबशे अशे लायन हेल्पर, लायन स्टाफ आमकां ना, एसिस्टंट लायनमॅन ना, तशें लायनमॅन कमी आसा. त्या खातीर काम करपाक खुबशे त्रास जाता. तेन्ना हे शॉर्टेज ऑफ स्टाफ आहा ते आमकां तुमी दिवचे. तशेंच आमचो एक रिक्वेस्ट आसा की आमच्या 4 आमकां ट्रान्सफॉर्मर 200 KVAचे जावपाचे आसा, जे बोप्तवाडो नियर सेंडवी स्कूल, रावोरा, नागमोड्या अशे खुबशे प्लेसींचेर शॉर्टेज ऑफ वोल्टेजी खातीर खुबशे लोकांचे आमकां परतून फोन येता की आमचे फ्रीज चलना, TV चलना. मागता मिनिस्टरा कडेन की ह्या खातीर हे 4 ट्रान्सफॉर्मर बेगीच्या बेगीन आमकां करून दिवचे म्हणून. तशेंच ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टरा कडेन आनी एक म्हाजी मागणी आसा स्पिकर सर, की ज्यो स्ट्रीट लायट आमी जेन्ना आमच्यो त्यो स्ट्रीट लायट पेटना तेन्ना आमी इलेक्ट्रीक डिपार्टमेंटाक फोन मारता, तेन्ना ते येवन ते स्ट्रीट लायट काडून व्हरता आनी तो पर्यंत ते रिपेर करून हाडटा म्हणसर एक 8 दीस वयता. तेन्ना म्हाजी मागणी आहा की जेन्ना तुमी ते काडून व्हरता तेन्ना दुसरी रिपेर केल्ली हाडून लायली जाल्यार हो प्रॉब्लेम मातसो सॉल्व जावपाक शकता. कारण 8 दीस मागीर आमी काळखान उरता. दुसरे खुबशे अशे पोल्स आहा ते डिलेबेटेड कंडिशन आहा, तेंचे थोड्यांचे लोखंड दिश्टी पडटा. अशे खुबशे पोल्स आहा ते शिफ्ट करपाची गरज आसा. त्याच बरोबर एक गरीब मनीस त्याच्या घरा शेजारी एक तेकोन लायटीचो खांबो आसा, तो शिफ्ट करपा जाय. जाल्यार तो शिफ्ट करपा खातीर डिपार्टमेंट ताका म्हणटा तुमी 20,000 25,000 अशें भरचें पडटा. सामान्य मनीस गरीब हे पयशे भरपाक शकना. सरकारान जे स्कीम करपाची गरज आसा की जे कोण गरीब लोक आसा, जे EWS लोक आसा, अशा लोकांक ही स्किमीन ते अंडर तेंचे ते पोल्स शिफ्ट करून दिवपाची गरज आसा. त्याच प्रमाणे आयज डिमांड नंबर 57 उलयतना आमच्या सोशल वेलफेअर डिपार्टमेंटान एक बरी स्कीम केल्या जाणट्या खातीर, एक मुख्यमंत्री देवदर्शन यात्रा योजना. ह्या योजने अंतर्गत लोकांनी खुबशीं लोकांक उत्सुकता आहा, पूण ही स्कीम चालू जाल्या ही स्किमी खातीर लोकांनी हेचो फायदो घेतला काय आमकां अजून खबर ना. आनी जर ते स्कीम जर चालू आसा जाल्यार तेका कितें क्रायटेरिया तेजी हे आमकां मिनिस्टरान मातशें सांगपाची गरज आसा. आनी हो फायदो सामान्य जे गरीब लोक आहा, जाणटे मनीस आहा तांकां जावपाची गरज आसा. कारण काणकोणच्या पोतांतलो मनीस पेडण्या पोतान केन्ना पावना, पूण तुमच्या निमतान ह्या स्किमी अंडर तो आपले संपूर्ण गोंयभर तरी भोंवपाक शकतलो. ही स्कीम जाता तितली बेगीन तुमी सुरू करपाची गरज आसा. त्याच बरोबर कोवीड टायमाचेर तुमी एक स्कीम काडलेली रिलीफ मार्जिनायज आनी अनमार्जिनायज स्कीम. त्या खातीर लोकांनी जे गरीब जे भेजीकार, जे नुस्तेकार, जे मोटरसायकल पायलट अशा लोकांनी ही स्किमी खातीर फॉर्मां भरून दिली आनी स्कीम फीची फॉर्मां भरपाक तांकां एफिडेविट करचें पडलें. अशा तरेचे तांकां कांय न्हू म्हणल्यार 1,500 रुपया खर्च जालो हे 5,000 मेळपा खातीर. पूण आजू पासून तांकां ते 5,000 मेळोना. अशा लोकां खातीर खुबशी गरज आहा. ही तुमी बजेटान सुद्दां तुमी प्रोविजन केल्ले कडेन आहा 2,500 लाख. ते सुद्दां तुमी जर हे डिस्ट्रिब्यूट केले जाल्यार लोकांक हे चवथी टायमार एक फायदो जातलो. हे मातशें करून दिवचें अशें तुमचे कडेन विनंती करता. त्याच प्रमाणे DSS स्किमीचे जे 2,000 रुपया आसा हे सुद्दां आतां मार्गान कमी जाल्ले कडेन आसा, लोकांक पावना. तेजेर खुबशे लोक डिपेंड आसा. आनी हे 2,000 केन्ना मेळटले आनी आपूण घरांतलें सामान हाडटलो अशे जाणटे लोक तेजी वाट पळयता. ही स्कीम आमच्या मनोहरभाई पर्रीकरान सुरू केल्ली. खुबसो ह्या स्किमी खातीर जाणट्यांक हेजो आदार जाता. घरांतले एक कोण तरी आदार नासलेल्या मनशाक ह्या 2,000 रुपया खूब फायदो जाता. पूण आतां हे 2,000 रुपया पावना. त्या खातीर हे तुमी कितें तरी वाडोवपाचो प्रयत्न करपाक जाय. त्याच प्रमाणे डिमांड नंबर 87 आर्कोलॉजी कडेन उलयतना आसतना ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टराक विनंती आहा की कितलींशीं वर्सांचे 300-400 वर्सां पयलींचे जे डॉक्युमेंट्स आसा ते डिजिटल जावपाक जाय. कारण हे जर गेले जाल्यार आमकां परतून हे मेळपाचें ना. तेन्ना तुमी हे बेगीन तेजे स्टेप घेवपाची गरज आसा. त्याच प्रमाणे आर्कोलॉजी जी बिल्डींग आसा ती खूब डेलिबरेटेड कंडिशन आसा आनी ही सुद्दां बिल्डींग ती नवी जावपाची गरज आसा. मागता ह्यो आमच्यो मागण्यो तुमी लक्षांत घेतल्या आनी पूर्ण करून दितले म्हणून.
माननीय आमदार अलेक्स शिकेरा.
Speaker, sir, I rise to support the cut motions that are before the House. Coming to social welfare, the department has launched a lot of schemes, good schemes, but unfortunately, Speaker, sir, people are living in hope. Hope when they get up in the morning that whatever is due, whatever they are eligible under the scheme would be in their bank account. They go with great hope to the bank and come back totally disturbed because nothing is there. As one of, I think, my colleague MLA Joshua said, we are all looking forward to you keeping your commitment that you will disburse whatever is due within a month's time. And trust me, society at large would be ever so indebted to you for this gesture of yours. Speaker, sir, your department has a lot of schemes, a lot of good schemes that have been formulated for the scheduled tribes, for the OBC. But I think you have to focus also on the economically backward classes. In today's times, cost of living has gone up, sources of income have decreased, salaries remain the same, and people belonging to this section of society is finding it difficult to pull on. I therefore request you to evolve schemes wherein they too could benefit from. Coming to Power Department. I'll start on a positive note, and I would like to put on record my gratitude to the ex-Power Minister, Shri Nilesh Cabral, for lending regularly a skylift vehicle to repair the streetlights that have been installed in and around Nuveng constituency. Speaker, sir, next I come to billing. In the years gone by, the meter reader would go to each one's houses, roam is the wrong word, but carry along with him a ready reckoner, which would, reflect if you consume 10 units, this was the cost. If you consumed between 10 to 20 units, that was the slab. There were various slabs. That was discontinued. And then we started with what we call the computerized billing. What was the computerized billing was that I came to your house, I took your present reading, went back, gave it to an agency, and the next time I came to take your reading, I would come with that old bill and submit it to you, and you would pay your bill for that past period. During my tenure, we tried what is known as a spot billing system, wherein the meter reader would go with, I don't remember the appropriate word, but something like what you have, the bus conductors, or now when you're parking your vehicle, those boys come with those meters and bill you for it. So that system was put. However, thereafter, Government of India came out with a scheme, and I think everybody was forced to adopt this SAP billing system. This was undertaken, or this task to train the staff and implement it was given to Tata Power Consultancy. Besides creating this setup, I think they were also supposed to train your staff. And after training your staff, they were supposed to close shop and go back. But years have passed, and I don't know why, but Tata Consultancy or Tata Power still continues to run the show in Goa. I think the time has come wherein your staff have to pull up their socks and take responsibility and ensure that whatever tasks they're supposed to have been trained by Tata Power, they should undertake it themselves. Speaker, sir, payment of bills. During my tenure and prior to that, I think we had employees in the department who were unique and very creative. I remember when it came to the Bamboli subdivision, there were some clerical staff who used to go to the houses of the consumers, give them the bills, collect the payment for the bills, but never deposit in the subdivision. It was service at your door. You paid your amount and you got a bogus bill with no records in the department. As a consequence to that, it was decided that the department would not handle cash. To avoid that, we started the system of drop box, where you came with your check or you came with your DD and deposited it in the various counters that were open across Goa. For reasons best known to the department, you'll have now stopped accepting checks. Maybe because a lot of checks bounced, I do not know. But I fail to understand why you cannot accept a demand draft. Because a demand draft is as secure as cash. Because it's only after paying in the bank do you get that demand draft. Today you are forcing people to, especially housing societies and those type of people, or even industrial units, to come to your department, to come to your subdivision with large amounts of cash. Yes, you accept online payments too, but connectivity being so good in the state of Goa, I don't think that system of yours is very effective. So I would request you to relook into this. Start accepting at least demand drafts. Speaker, sir, it is alarming to note that no audit has been conducted within the department for the last 10 years. So you, being a very conscientious man whom I personally know, I think you should order an immediate audit of all your subdivisions. Speaker, sir, coming to LED street lights that have been installed all over. The contract to install LED lights was given by a Government of India undertaking to BVG Limited, Pune. Incidentally, it is strange that this type of a contract has been given to a company who is known to deal in garbage. And Speaker, sir, I believe because they deal in garbage, they've treated those LED lights like garbage also. The government has had to short close that tender or the works, and that company has disappeared. Speaker, sir, this same very company was supposed to provide sky lifts, was supposed to ensure that fixtures were repaired, was supposed to provide manpower to do all this, but they've just gone. I don't know if the government of Goa has recovered any cost from them for this short closing of this tender. Subsequently, Speaker, sir, the department has started purchasing fixtures from Inlet India Private Limited. Speaker, sir, the department is also buying spares from them besides fixtures. I would like the Honorable Minister to tell us whether the fixtures being purchased are covered by any warranty. Because normally when one does any purchase, there is always a warranty. And further, I would like him to tell us whether he has ever claimed a replacement for even one fixture. What is the purpose of that warranty clause if we are not going to take benefit from it, Speaker, sir? He should tell this august House. Speaker, sir, I've taken up this issue with him in the past, but I'm going to bring it on record today. When I was minister, we had sanctioned underground cabling for the village of Sarauli, besides other areas of the then Lotoli constituency. Works were executed in various parts, but when it came to the village of Sarauli, for reasons best known to the department, that tender was short closed. I've heard a lot of explanations, but I am not convinced as to why the department had to take such a decision. In case there was an increase in costs. I know that when one wants, one could seek an could go for a revision in that estimate and get the higher amounts approved. I don't know why it was short closed, whether it was for political reasons, what was the spirit behind that decision. I think there's a big question mark. Speaker, sir, I therefore request the minister be fair to the villagers and immediately sanction an estimate for the villages of Sarauli, Utarda, Betalbati, villages that were denied this facility. I would also appreciate if the minister could sanction a skylift vehicle for Nuvem constituency. Speaker, sir, Government of India, and in particular the JERC, had come out with a good system. They started a fuse call center at Kadamba Plateau. The department had to appoint feeder engineers. I don't know whether they've been appointed till date. And it was the responsibility of these engineers to ensure that outages and fuse calls, issues pertaining to transformers were rectified and restored within a particular period of time. For example, fuse call had to be attended within 6 hours. Your transformer issues had to be resolved within 24 hours. And if not, the concerned designated engineer had to pay a fine from his own pocket. This is an act that is in force. This is an issue that has been demanded, that has been mandated by the Joint Electricity Regulatory Commission. I am not telling you to be harsh on your officers, but I believe pinch one or two and the rest of your officers will fall in line, Speaker, sir. But until you pinch, nothing is going to happen. Speaker, last, it is with a very heavy heart that I would like to bring to the notice of this August House an incident that has taken place some time back in the month of May. There was a contract helper by the name of Marian Correa. Unfortunately, he was sick for a long time. He was absent, as a consequence, he was absent from work. But as is said, God acts in strange ways. On 16th of May, this worker goes to work. He was working, maybe even in your area, I'm not too sure, Speaker, sir. He was working, in Kurshare, okay? He goes to work. There is proof that he attended to the office because the assistant engineer issued him a show cause notice. It is strange to put on record also that in a report that the assistant engineer has given, after I raised a noise, a show cause notice dated 27th April 2022 was handed to this late Marian Piedad Correa only on 16th of May. And why do I say God acts in strange ways? Because the man reported for duty, received his show cause notice, spent half the day, maybe he felt sick, and that is why he was returning from office at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He meets an accident on the way and he dies. Speaker, sir, it was during our tenure, Mr. Digambar cometh in mind, that we started an insurance policy which covered these cases. The assistant engineer refuses to certify that he was on duty on that particular date. Speaker, sir, the same assistant engineer says that he came, he served this show cause notice on him. Employees in the department say that he was present. His mistake, he did not sign the register. But when you know he was there, I fail to understand why he cannot certify that he was present. I therefore request the minister, appoint a committee headed by your senior officers.
Yeah.
No, they are not willing. And
गणेश बाब 5 मिनिटं वाढव.
no, I want only 2 minutes. I finished.
सभागृहाचे कामकाज 5 मिनिटांनी वाढवतं.
Speaker, sir, I therefore appeal to you, be humane. Give him benefit of doubt as Sri Digambar Kam. Otherwise, form a committee. Ask them to inquire. And I don't believe you have to inquire because I have copies of letters that he has written to his, your assistant engineer has written to his superiors to say that he was present. Let us not forget that this contract worker has been working with you for about 15 years. So, and at the end of the day, policy is there. Nothing is going from the government. Let us give it to his wife, whatever is due. Trust me, he comes from a very humble beginning. So please look into it, walk the extra mile, and help his family. Thank you, Speaker.
सभागृहाचे कामकाज 4:30 मेरेन स्थगित करता.